We missed you, Zordon.
Morale around here was pretty low without you.
The fact remains that even as you faced your greatest danger, with all the odds stacked against you, you carried on like true superheroes and persevered.
We really owe a lot to Alpha.
Alpha, you displayed exemplary leadership capabilities in my absence. I am very proud of you.
Oh, well, shucks.
And now I welcome our newest ranger. Now that you are a true Power Ranger, Tommy, you must follow 3 basic rules or lose the protection of the power. First, never use your power for personal gain. Second, never escalate a battle unless Rita forces you. And finally, keep your identity secret. No one may know you are a Power Ranger.
Count on me, Zordon. 100%.
Here, I made you a communicator.
Wow, thanks, man. You're one of us now. Welcome aboard.
A new chapter has begun, Rangers. Let the power protect you.
Power Rangers!
I'm not crying. You're crying.
Oh my god, it's filled with that is so much. Oh, I love it. I mean, that was so much 90s cheese. I need some wine.
Need wine to get over cheese.
Just oh my gosh, it was amazing and I love it. I mean, that was just like the best times, the super simplistic times. Good guys were good guys. They've had a code of chivalry. They would always
Good evening, UN Spacey Wolf Squadron. And may the power protect you all, and especially in these trying times. Tonight, we are going to reminisce our favorite, well, at least everybody else here's favorite, Power Ranger, Tommy Oliver, in the passing of Jason David Frank. We've lost an icon, everybody. We all know the story. He self-terminated on November what?
The 20th.
November 20th, 2 days
It was
ago.
very recent, very tragic. Kind of stumbling on my words here. Let's get on to introducing who are with us today in our lovely panel, right? I'm here with someone who's not really a pioneer of Power Rangers, but she's all here for us to remember such a great man. The lovely Leia Valor, Leia Plus Size.
Good evening, everyone. This is Leia Plus Size, your lovely Lady of Valor. And you know, I was hoping that this show was going to be sort of fun and hopeful and insightful since we're getting into a holiday season. But unfortunately, another icon has been lost. And I hope I don't bring this down, but I can't say I was a huge Power Rangers fan, but I do know who this is because I had 2 nephews in the 90s that I had to babysit a lot. So I am going to see what I could share with you as you talk about what made this actor and character so special.
Fear not, Leia. We will pull the light from the darkness. And who better to do that than the Warrior of Light Final Fantasy fan 12?
Greetings, YouTube viewers and fellow Final Fantasy fans. This is Final Fantasy Fan 12 here. And today, we lost another icon this year. And in this stream, we would honor the passing of Jason David Frank, Tommy Oliver.
Swimming to us live from an underground river of unknown origins is the Schooner Tuna.
Coming at you live from a secret government facility buried deep underground but has excellent Wi-Fi. This is Schooner Tuna, and like everybody else here, I am here to honor Jason David Frank. I remember Power Rangers fondly. It was a great time, even though I kind of drifted away from it as I got older, but I never forgot. It's one of my favorites, and he was one of my favorite Rangers.
Last but certainly never least, our great man who keeps us together, who does his best to try to keep us together and keep me sane. The Hound of the South, Dominic Powell.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us in tonight's live stream. This is the Hound of the South, Dominic Powell, and it is really unfortunate that we lost another one of our childhood heroes and role models. This time is Jason David Frank, Tommy Oliver of Power Rangers fame. And I remember like after when he was introduced into the TV show, like he added in like new depth as well as energy into the original Rangers team, and he really grew as a character as as he graduates from being Jason's second in command to eventually being the leader of the Power Rangers before he left, and then coming back to train a new generation of Power Rangers in Dino Thunder. It's huh. Yeah, just don't. I kind of fumbling on my words too because it's
Nico, are you trying
still
to throw a
really
lore
tough.
dump?
No. He's just expressing. No, he's just
I know.
expressing
I'm
the
messing with him.
evolution. He is just expressing the evolution of this character because I'm going to say this. Jason.
I'm trying to lift his spirits.
Yeah. Jason David Frank you can actually say that really Power Rangers and Jason David Frank kind of went hand in hand. He was there the longest. He's been involved with the projects. He's allowed his likeness. I mean, for crying out loud, when they were introducing a new villain, Lord Drac, he agreed to appear in the commercial. That's how ingrained he was. That's how ingrained he was to this franchise.
Mm-hmm. And one final word. One final word for my intro is that in and outside of the show, he always like brings out like a smile on people's faces. In addition to motivate people, encouraging them to be like the best possible version of themselves, and to not let the darkness consume them. To always remember that there is light in the world, and to keep their sense of hope, optimism, and idealism alive.
And I think maybe, and they always say you never know what battles people are going through, like Green Lion said. And I just want to say that those who fight to maintain the light the hardest are the ones who are consumed by the darkest shadows. They want to enlighten the world and make it better than what they're going through. They strove to be the best that they can be. Now, unfortunately for Jason David Frank, the sad truth is that sometimes they don't always win. But they would have wanted us to continue with their legacy. What they were striving to achieve. I mean, this guy, Jason David Frank, he would dress up in his green Power Ranger costume and go to kids who were, have health problems, the Make-A-Wish Foundation. He was very involved with the charity work.
He's also very interactive with the fans, who even after the original team has moved on to better pastures in universe as well as out of universe for the most part, where like he is always happy to see them and is appreciative for how Power Rangers have stretched him to like stardom, and he's also a martial art. He was also an experienced martial artist before he came into the show.
Oh yeah, I think what's even more interesting too is that he actually did actually fight in several mixed martial arts.
Can I say something right quick? Thank you, Neo Star. That was very sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can. I'm sorry to interrupt. I just had to.
No. Go ahead. Okay. But go ahead, Leah.
Oh no, I just responding to his comment before Wolf had to move on. Thank you. I appreciate that, Neo Star. That was very sweet. You're welcome. Continue, Scooney.
It's that but he was he was even in amateur MMA fights, which was actually kind of cool because he was trying to promote that stuff. And he was a heavy promoter of martial arts too, saying not so much, hey, come here and look cool. It's that it could help you through with whatever stresses you were going through.
Indeed.
Oh my God! Yep, Neostar Productions is right. I find it hilarious that in the Power Rangers franchise, the longest-running characters were Bulk and Skull.
He's not wrong.
The two mediocre sidekicks who themselves also went through an incredible arc in the series. They went off, they started off as being nothing but, those idiotic bullies. And then they went on to actually, let's try to actually be nice and stuff like that. And even on one occasion, ending up saving the heroes in one episode.
Yep.
And then at the very end, Bulk and Skull, but that was, that was what the show was really about. And that's what he brought too. He brought a sense of...
It's broken. There's still much power in him. For a moment, I saw one would stand alone against the Destroyer's army.
Neostar, you're absolutely right. MMA. I believe he had one real MMA fight, if I'm remembering, and he won. So he maintains that one MMA fight, but he never did another one after that. Did you see what William Silva wrote? That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome.
I remember him in the car had said that when every time he tried to punch somebody, he was shouting, "Spark! Come on, spark! Spark!"
So he had a great sense of humor.
Like
Guy was
the fact that he might be still his Tommy head right now, just like punching people, thinking that they spark now.
Yep.
Well, even outside of Power Rangers, like he maintains that the relationships he had developed over the years, ever since after his introduction in Green with Evil.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I hated him in Green with Evil.
Of course, we were all supposed to hate. So Leia, here's the funny thing.
With good reason.
Leia, I'm gonna explain it for Leia. So when the Green with Evil arc, right, Leia?
I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, that's Jason David Frank's debut episode, and he was originally only going to be he's going to be a character who comes in and then he's going to leave and that's it. But then he got so popular with the fans. In Green with Evil, he starts off as the cool new kid in town, and then suddenly the bad guys kidnap him and make him into a villain for them, and the Power Rangers have to fight him, and through a string of failures and successes, they're ultimately able to break the conditioning of the Green Ranger, and he's able to join the team, just like you saw at the beginning.
Well, I remember. Well, here's my story of Power Rangers history. I'm not going to bring you down, but as I said before, I was pretty much a grown woman when the Power Rangers came to the height of their popularity. So I don't know the lore as well as most of you here who are younger than me.
Alpha, Ria's escape. Recruit a bunch of teenagers with attitude. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know.
Well, I know some of it because, like I said, I babysat my nephews a lot to help pay for college. So I babysat them a lot, and Power Rangers was one of their favorite shows. So I make sure that they got to see it every single day. And I bought them merchandise, whatever they liked it, but they were huge fans of the show. And sometimes I would be in there with them. And so I would sit and watch some of the episodes with them. And I didn't mind it. I think, like I said, it was past my time, but it brought back memories for me when I was growing up in the 80s with all the cheesy action shows that we had, So this didn't bother me one bit. I was glad that it made them happy. I knew, who they were and what they were about. As far as deep lore into the stories, I'm afraid I don't have much to contribute. But I do know about the Green Ranger because my nephews talked about him all the time.
See how dangerous he could have been.
Show him.
In 3, 2, 1.
Isn't the smallest chance of victory enough of a reason for us to keep on fighting? The world needs us, Rangers.
One day the great responsibility of being the Green Ranger will fall to you. Protect the world from evil. Stand by your allies. Never run from the battle.
My mission is to bring you back.
Ready!
Let's rock it!
Yeah! Silver!
Black! Pink!
Blue!
Yeah!
Whatever we do, we have to do it together.
Power down!
Commander Kruger's hoping you're the best he has ever had.
So we need to get Power Rangers up here.
Destroy them!
Alpha, do we still have shields? Engines out! Activate!
Ready!
So many Rangers. So much potential. Squandered for so long.
My lord, the generals are ready. They simply await your command.
What's important to me now is my friendship with all of you. I don't ever want that to change.
It won't, Tommy. You'll always be one of us.
Then it's time to set things right.
We will invade their worlds. We will tear down everything that might protect them. And then, when it's too late, when they're powerless and alone, they will realize the truth. They could have been gods.
And that was all just to promote. That was all,
man.
Yep.
And
That
this
was all
for-
just, and that was just to promote a comic book. They went all out on that promo.
It should have been
Yeah.
a show, man.
Oh yeah.
This was from Boom. Now, this was when Boom Studios decided to make a comic book series based on the TV show. But this time, they actually expanded like what was going on within the TV show. Even though like they modernized it, it still felt like the TV show, and it takes place after the events of Green with Evil. And that trailer was a promotion to the Lord Drakon storyline before Shattered Grid.
Oh yeah, Lord Drakon. Oh, go ahead, Leia.
No, I was just, I bet all of you were, when you saw that, were jumping with excitement, huh?
It's like it should have been a movie.
Oh, I was so hell yeah! I was like, whoa! There's a blast
Hey,
from
Big Al.
my
He's in the chat. Big Al's in the chat.
Big Al.
Hi, guys.
Hello, Al. Thank you
Gotta
for
represent
joining.
Al.
We got to represent Al.
Thank
I'm
you
just
for
gonna say
coming.
that when he came back as Lord Drakon, I was just like, whoa! Real blast from the past here. Power Rangers? What is this trailer for? Oh, a comic book series. All right, let's take a look. And wow, you know, I never finished the Lord Drakon series, but I got people telling me it's amazing.
Dude,
risk of-
continue reading the Power Rangers comic book series when you have the chance, because what Boom Studios ultimately end up doing is they created their own Green Lantern mythos, just as Jeff Johns and Ethan Van Sciver did when they brought back Hal Jordan.
Oh my God. And you know, and and again, watching the production of this commercial, I'm like, yeah. And you think doing a Michael Bay Transformers of Power Rangers, we can totally have this. Why do you always have to go, oh, let's update it for the modern audience? That's not me knocking on the 27 name match. This isn't me knocking on the 2017 live action Power Rangers. I actually thought, compared to most modernizations, that was a step in the right direction. But I'm just saying, watching that commercial for the Lord Drakon series, I'm like, why can't we just have a Power Ranger story like this? I mean, you don't have to be like that cinematic. I think you can do it just fine like this.
Well, Power Rangers represented, and again, you have to correct me if I'm out there because I'm not that knowledgeable. I'm just going by what my nephews told me or said to me when they were watching it, is the fact that they were traditionally what heroes are supposed to be. Like you said earlier, Scooney, they were groups coming together for the good, coming together, use their powers, working together as a team to fight off evil. And they all had different personalities, different costumes, different personalities, and that they were young. And I thought, being that my nephews were young when they were watching it, I thought great show to see them looking and watching them working together to fight off the evil using the different powers that they had. So that never grows old, and
Nah.
we cherish it now because Hollywood has gotten so far away from that, or I say poisoned or twisted it. There was nothing was very aspirational, inspirational, or anything you want to call it. That messaging was there in it, and probably by the fans. So I guess it was something that the kids could enjoy, as well as the parents and as the adults that took their kids to see the Power Rangers movie. It was a big thing when it happened. I didn't take them, but my brother-in-law had took them, but they told me all about it after they had saw it. So those things never go away. Those are like I said, and that's what we all know. That's what's missing now from our entertainment, is this kind of messaging. It wasn't dark. It was it. In other words, the light always triumphed over the dark, even if there was a dark thing they had to deal with.
I get what you're trying to. I get what you're trying to say, Leia. Power Ranger. What I loved about it is that while there were a lot of movies a lot of the '90s TV shows were having PSAs, and parents were loving the PSAs. Power Rangers found a way, at least for me, to integrate those service announcements in a very entertaining way. I mean, Power Rangers was all about, respect other people, don't bully. I mean, let's face it. I mean, the two biggest morons in the show, Bulk and Skull, were morons because they were trying to tell people, hey, guys, if you're a bully, you're a moron. Don't be a bully. Be like the good guys.
But eventually, the bullies changed their ways and became better people.
Exactly. It was to show, and that was the thing too, is that it felt like Power Rangers was somewhat growing with its audience. Bulk and Skull stopped being, selfish guys and decided, you know what? Maybe we should try to actually follow the Power Rangers example. Let's be good.
Had enough yet?
No.
I'm ready when you are.
You know what?
Really necessary.
And that was the thing about Power Rangers too. I really respect. That was the thing about Power Rangers too. I really respected Squidward right there, but he represents what the Power Rangers were. Despite the overwhelming odds, you don't give up.
Well, that's different than today. Today, like you just said, Bulk and Skull realized that, hey, maybe we should, change our ways a bit, try to be more positive. If this was done today, Bulk and Skull would stay in their own ways, or they would try to change the Rangers to their evil side or bullying side. That's the difference. They didn't say they rose up to their level. Whereas today, they don't do that anymore. They drop down to the evil side of the level. Let me do this. And this. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No. I want to hear what you want. I want to hear what you want to say.
Well, it may be a very, very silly question, but I would like to know from you guys, why was the Green Ranger so popular? What was it about him? He's popular for a reason. You guys connected to him for a reason.
His hair.
All right. Well, Wolf gave his reason.
Okay, Wolf, thank you for the honesty.
Hey, y'all the ones who fawn over this motherfucker. I was always on Jason. Fuck you.
I know. Well, that was the reason why I was drawn to the Green Ranger. Was his friendship with Jason. It was his friendship with Jason. It showed how he went from he starts off as the outsider and quickly works his way through the friends to become the second in command of the team. And then when Jason departs, he gives the reins of leadership to Tommy, even though Tommy himself didn't think he was ready for it.
Interesting. Does anybody else want to? Oh, thank you, Red 31. Is his? I love it. Was Thomas
Red 31 Sorceress.
Okay, thank you. 31
That's Victoria Fagbow, by the way.
Well, thank you for the comment. Like I said, I'm curious to know, because I'm not trying to downplay it, but his death affected many, 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 many people. So there's got to be a reason why you're affected. So I just want to know what made him so popular. Why did all the fans gravitate towards him? So Scooty, you gave a reason. Not Matthew, Dominic or Final. Do you guys have any comments as to why he was so popular?
For me,
Scooty,
I
were
would
you
probably have
finished?
to say. For me,
I was finished. Yeah, go ahead.
He was finished. For me, I would probably have to say originally it's because of how much he was the new kid on the block, mainly because he was just cool, or or it's because of his growth, because of
Once
how
y'all
much.
finish, I'm gonna tell you why y'all like that motherfucker soon. But continue, final.
Continue,
It's
fine.
mainly with his growth throughout the entire series, where he goes from the hero, but then who fights for his own friends, but then leaves for a while, only then to come back with the White Ranger suit, and then he becomes to then suddenly becoming the leader, to then eventually when he comes back for Dino Thunder, he becomes a mentor.
Okay.
Y'all all done?
Okay. Dominic, do you have a particular reason why he's a fan favorite? Why he connected so much with fans? Why was he so popular?
Well, I'll give you two. Well, first is his character development from new kid and my control foe of the Rangers to a friend, a mentor, as well as a father figure to the next generation of Rangers. There's when he became became their Zordon when Dino Thunder came to be. But also when made his debut, like he started off as a new kid, as Final mentioned, and anybody can relate to that. Like, it doesn't have to be a new kid of the school, but but any new environment that a person finds themselves in after they leave their original home, after they as well as he or she as well as their family have been living for X amount of years, so naturally they would feel like an outsider until. So the locals, well, they get to know them and warm them up to the new environment that they're in.
Okay.
Right, that's everybody.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, if you've got the floor.
Well, yeah, much like Green Lion Girl, yeah, his personality is why he's such a fan favorite.
Now I'm gonna tell you why you like this motherfucker. Should I indulge y'all?
Let me
Go
guess.
right ahead.
His hair.
Say oh!
Oh.
Y'all
yeah,
will,
his audio.
none of us will
His
never
battle
go
cry.
a day without saying his fucking attack shout.
Oh yeah. Hoo-yah! Hoo-yah! Yeah! They all had their own distinct attack shout, and you could
Trini had yeah. Kimberly was like yeah.
Well, each
Jason was
however
aya.
however
Billy
each
was
battle cry
yeah.
each battle cry not only like makes them distinct from one another, but also it highlights their different styles of martial arts that they're practicing in.
And Zach was like but Tommy's was the ultimate say aya.
Oh yeah.
And everybody thought he was swearing in the production of Dino Thunder. Fuck them motherfuckers. He must have had to really fight really hard not to say that shit during that damn show, because you did not hear him say that shit throughout that whole show.
Oh,
and
can I
thanks
also
to
say
Licard,
this?
now we know why he didn't say it anymore in Dino Thunder. But later series, he got to say it again. Thank
Oh
goodness.
yeah. Can I also say this too? The fact that he stuck with production, given the crap pay those actors were getting.
Yeah, they didn't take
Yeah.
it seriously.
He should have been the poster child of You know what? I'm not gonna get into it because I don't know what goes on behind production. I don't know what goes into paying when you're an actor and actress per se. So I'm not gonna get into it. I mean, I'm just an outsider looking in at this point.
Big Al really does have a point right there. He was the only one that really had the through line story, through and through and through. He.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, Scooney. I just was going to say after Green Lion Girl's comment a few comments back, I said it sounds very Winter Soldier storyline. Person who's
Oh, yeah.
brainwashed to do evil, and then comes out of it and tries to, to do good to make amends. It's very.
I mean, they did have Power Ranger Captain America in Lightspeed Rescue.
Yes, they did.
Carter
And
Grissom.
I just feel like just when I saw that, I was just like, oh, rip off.
Everybody's a critic.
I'm not familiar with this. What happened? What happened? They had a teen Captain America. He got super soldier serum, and he had that empowerment.
Like he fights for his country just like Captain America.
Only this time that the Lightspeed Rescue Rangers, they fight demons.
See, I didn't know that.
Because there were demons in the Sentai that it's based on. QQ Sentai Gogo 5.
Yeah, see, and that's what I loved.
Yes.
That's what I loved about the foreign market. They weren't afraid to say these are creatures from hell.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Also, each member of the Rangers, like they represent different facets of rescue services.
Carter Grayson's is a firefighter. I forgot who the Pink Ranger was. She was a paramedic.
Yes, she was a paramedic.
Yeah, and I know Joel, the Green Ranger. He was a helicopter pilot.
But the Blue Ranger, he's a lifeguard.
Yeah, he's a lifeguard, and for some reason, the Yellow Ranger is a mountain climber for some reason instead of a Capitol Police Force sergeant, like how Daimon was in the Sentai.
Yeah, that was an odd change from the original source. However, her character wasn't like completely different from her Sentai counterpart.
Yeah,
like there were echoes.
Kelsey,
echoes
that's
of their
the name
personality.
Kelsey's the name. I think. Yeah, Kelsey or Chelsea.
Yeah, Kelsey.
Kelsey, the Lightspeed Rescue Yellow Ranger. She's a fine character. I just still find it strange why they decided to go with professional mountain climber instead of just like Capitol Police Force sergeant like in the Sentai, because in the Sentai he is a cop. And yes, I said he because they've done this since the original MMPR, where the Yellow Ranger in the Sentai was always male, but yet they changed it to a female pretty much for some reason. I'm not even sure why. And the last one they've ever done this was since some Taylor in Wild Force, and yet they continued this now with the Dino Fury Green Ranger in the recent Power Ranger shows.
Can I also say this too? It had a very diverse cast, but never in your face.
Exactly. Yes.
No, it was organic.
It was so organic that you just, and that was the thing that I loved about it, is that I was just like, oh, they're switching out. No, it wasn't it wasn't the Rangers that we liked. It was the characters in the Ranger suits. Okay, so I didn't care who was going to be blue, who was going to be red, and switching out. It's just like, oh, wow, okay, new group of heroes. What are these? How are these guys different? And for the most part, I actually enjoyed the new teams that were getting swapped in and out. I mean, there were some better performances over others, but overall, I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah, Power Rangers, it is an adaptation of Super Sentai, which has been around far longer than them, and it only
since 1975.
And it only take
Oh my gosh, that's right.
Like
wasn't the first adaptation of Spider-Man a Sentai?
Where
yes.
Where Spider-Man's media debut didn't begin in the United States. It was a Sentai.
Yep. And it was not Peter Parker.
And it was not Peter.
It was not good with, and he was not the dorky Peter that we see. Nope. Because he's far different from Peter.
Oh yeah,
exactly. He could.
He's still Spider-Man all the same.
He's still Spider-Man all the same. But what's hilarious is that now, he's got a Megazord.
Yep.
Or he's got a Zord. He didn't call it a Zord, obviously. He didn't call it a Zord.
That was the thing for Power Rangers. It was actually the first Sentai mech that's actually been given, and the first Sentai mech that's actually been seen since Battle Fever J, which is the third Sentai season.
Oh yes, Dark Stranger. He is definitely living. They are definitely living up to their name right here. They're giving us one of the darkest moments in Power Rangers. When he was evil, he did truly kick ass.
Uh-huh.
May I ask, why are all these Red Rangers in this picture? Why are they all red?
Okay. All right. So
Well,
this
okay,
takes
so it's
place
supposed
in the wild. So this takes place in the
Hold
wild forest,
that.
and this one.
Hold it. We will talk about this in a moment, damn it.
We're just about to talk about it right now.
I don't care.
She asked the question, man.
We will answer it later. We're
But-
only
but-
35 minutes in. Hold your fucking horses.
But it makes no sense. We're talking about the
What do
Green
you mean
Ranger.
answering
and
it
you're-
later when we're just talking about this right now?
Stand your ground. Talk about Tommy.
But how? He's the
Just
Green
ask the
Ranger, and you have
question.
red on stage.
You see, the
How?
corner, you see that corner? Stand over there.
Oh God! I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cause us bad. I was just wondering why they were all red.
We will get into that. I'm just bringing it up right now, but we're not gonna. We're gonna get into it. Don't worry. I just want us to stay focused on Tommy real quick.
Okay, well let's take
Okay.
it back to Tommy.
Well, was Tommy ever a Red Ranger?
Twice.
Well, there you go. Because I didn't know that. Because, like I
What?
said, I got into it and then I dropped off out of Power Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
But I only
Dude.
later came back to realize that there was a big, expansive universe now.
Mm-hmm.
You should have stayed. And
Should've-
also, like to briefly get back to one of our previous points. It didn't take Power Rangers until at least in space where they really start to like embrace like Super Sentai's motif, which is after each season a new cast of characters will become like new Rangers for their respective cities and countries.
Mm-hmm.
Although technically it actually started with the introduction of Adam, Aisha, and Rocky.
Mm-hmm.
But it's when all the original Rangers like were replaced with the new guys in Turbo.
Yeah, and it was only a matter of time before they did that because in the series that's when
it's too late to even do this, but I'm gonna fucking do it anyways. A man who sheds tears for children without homes. Spider-Man. That's from the Japanese Sentai. Every single time when he transforms to Spider-Man, he always have a kooky quote.
Oh, well, good to know.
see.
And Big Al, I did not know that she's
And
daughter-in-law of Sally Field.
Oh, let me add to that real quick. Hang on, let me add to that. And it always involves children. At least sometimes involves children. Every time he does a justice quote.
He always
don't know
says,
why.
it's always for the children.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, of what go ahead and finish what you were saying about Big Al's comment there, Don.
As I was saying, I didn't know Sasha Craig, who played Kelsey in Lightspeed Rescue, she's a daughter-in-law of Sally Field. Well, that's certainly the more you know moment.
Yeah, exactly. See, and this is, I dropped out, like I said, maybe I shouldn't have dropped out of watching Power Rangers because everyone here is saying, yeah, Tommy was a Red Ranger. Tommy was a Red Ranger. I'm like, okay, look, I only know him as
racist bastard.
I only know him as a Green and a White Ranger. I dropped off before he became other ones.
Why did he become
you should have stayed. You should have stayed to see the Zordon era reach its climax, man.
Yeah, I probably should have. Apparently, it was quite a show.
Yeah, when he became a Redskin later on.
Why did Tommy become a Red Ranger, you might ask? That's because he was chosen to be the leader.
Oh, so
that's because he started to develop leadership skills thanks to Jason.
What happened to Jason? Was he killed or something?
Well, he was the
No.
No, they all went. Him, Trini, and Zach went on over to a peace conference.
Yeah, and that's how they were.
They just passed on their powers to.
They just passed on their powers. It was because
Aisha
the three
Aisha,
and
Adam.
Adam.
Yeah, the three original Red, Yellow, and Black Rangers were had a falling out with the studio, and they wanted to leave.
Okay. I was just about to ask. Let me guess.
But in
They
universe,
wanted
they
to
were
move
selected
on.
for a peace summit.
Yeah, but in the show, it showed that they were selected for a peace summit. They went on one last mission as Power Rangers before handing the reins over, and they kind of had been building it up, which was kind of cool when they built up Rocky, Adam, and Aisha in the show.
So
Although,
Rocky was meant to be
if
the
you
leader.
Mm-hmm.
He was meant to be the leader, but
it
we
was
all
since
know
it,
who was the real leader.
Yep,
Oh,
it was
come
Tommy.
on. It was Tommy.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was Tommy.
Because it was thanks,
However,
it was
Rocky.
thanks to Jason, that's when he started to develop leadership skills.
And still, and even when he became the new leader of the Rangers, while Rocky was learning leadership skills through him, Tommy was still humble because like he was unsure if he can like fill in Jason's shoes.
Yeah.
Well, at least they didn't kill him off or send them to some parallel universe somewhere.
Oh no!
I assume they gave
Not
them
like what they did to
because
Billy later on in the series.
Yeah, because Billy had a lot of flack behind the scenes because David Yost had a lot of flack behind the scenes.
He was openly gay, and he was bullied during production.
Mm-hmm.
And
Not exactly.
I didn't know.
Look,
I didn't know about this until year.
Billy was the Blue Ranger in MMP.
Yeah.
The nerd.
Yeah,
and we actually did
he was
not.
quite the ladies'
Hottest
man.
nerd.
He was also quite the ladies' man in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, go ahead. I'm sorry. I keep interrupting.
Again, like in the show, Billy, he was quite the ladies' man, and even though like he didn't have like a serious long-lasting relationship, he was able to find the love of his life in Power Rangers Zeo.
Yeah. David
like
Yost,
in productions, like David yells that it was unfair with how it was being treated, because I didn't know Yost is gay until years later.
Mm-hmm.
So behind the scenes, he was a gay man, but on camera, his character was a nerdy ladies' man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just really quick deviation. Quick deviation. Good night, Green Lion Girl, and may the power protect you as well.
Good night, Green Lion Girl. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, back to So when that happened, so like I said, I don't know the story. So the Blue Ranger, he left on his own accord, or was he let
He
go?
was here's the thing. He saw the writing on the wall and it was time to go.
I see. Okay. I see.
Because he knew that they were bullying him. He was an openly gay man, and sometimes I do wonder if on the show they were giving him all of these love interests kind of to mock him.
He even went to conversion therapy, which really messed him up.
Yeah, and he realized that the being with the show was kind of toxic, but that's another thing too. I mean, as much as we like Power Rangers for its upbeat tone, behind the scenes there was some shady stuff going around.
I didn't mean to deviate from it, but I was just wondering why the main characters were switched out. And I was just going to say, sounds like to me you guys were satisfied with the switching out the originals. Nobody was killed off or sent to some parallel universe or some other universe.
It was pretty organic because when they were switching out characters, they would always.
Turbo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh God.
Turbo.
Oh God, that was
okay.
Ooh.
So with look, to briefly explain, Turbo is an adaptation of Car Ranger for Super Sentai, and the thing about Super Sentai Car Ranger, it was made as an affectionate parody of Super Sentai. So they were poking fun. So they were poking fun at themselves. However, when they decided to adapt that as a new season for Power Rangers after Zeo and Turbo, a Power Rangers movie, they don't want it to be an affectionate parody of the franchise. They want it to be serious.
Yeah. Despite that, because Car Ranger was lighthearted due to what the reception that O-Ranger had. And so that's why everyone in Car Ranger, they are comical and they are passionate idiots. Like they're not dumb, but they're idiots, but by God, they're so lovable. In Turbo, on the other hand, yeah, they're goofy. But on Turbo, on the other hand, they try to make everything pretty much so silly, despite that they're trying to be very serious. But ultimately, it really doesn't. And it doesn't even help with Diva Talks, though. Because the villains are literally so comically stupid. It really comes off as unbelievable because there's literally they tried to make so much of her counterpart that's how she was in the Sentai, which is really not a good idea at all because it is a kid show. Yeah, it is. In hindsight, it's really meant to be a kid show, and monsters like how they are in the Sentai should not even be driven by horniness.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll say it right there. Diva Talks was a big jump for a lot of young boys' puberty. They were like, whoa!
Yeah, because they try to make it so much like the Sentai.
Oh, fuck you. It was all about Rita. Oh,
well,
fuck
some people say it was about Rita.
That was a deal breaker. Then again, she does have a saving grace. 2 pairs of saving graces down below. She had thighs.
Yeah.
Didn't help much that there were 2 Diva Toxins during the production of Turbo.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm still wondering where did one begin and the other one ended and the other one began again because the previous actress that played her came back.
Can I just say that Diva Talks was probably the most annoying villain?
Absolutely.
She did not, and the thing is, she did not need to be annoying. She did. You know, Hela from Thor Ragnarok, right?
Oh yeah.
She should have been that. Give her a Valkyrie helmet and everything with a freaking spear, and she would have fucked their shit up.
Yeah.
With the gravitas that was Hela. I see Hela, I think, oh, that's what Diva should have been. All pricking her nails and shit while the Power Rangers run at her, and she just fucking swing a spear and knock their asses flat on their asses, and then she smiles and kisses the Red Ranger for playfulness. And then
because she has an open flirtatious. Yeah, you know what, and that would be perfect. Let her have an openly flirtatious relationship with Power Rangers.
Wait for her to be playable and battle for the grid.
Mm-hmm.
We already have freaking Poisandra. Why the fuck y'all didn't put Diva Talks in there? I'm sure she would. She got freaking laser blasters, a long ass tongue, bad breath. You could do a lot of shit with this bitch.
Oh yeah, but instead you just
You know what? We got Rita in the end, so I'm happy. And Lord Zed.
So should we talk
for Battle for the Grid? Now we can talk about For Red motherfuckers. That's what it's called. It was a special in Wild Force called Forever Red. That's why you got a whole bunch of Red Rangers.
It's the 10th. It was the 10th anniversary, and it's also it's not only a reunion of all the previous Red Rangers from all 10 seasons at the time. It also featured the return of foes from Power Rangers past. In this case, generals from the Machine Empire from Zeo.
Played by Bea Borgs.
So is that why I've seen this picture so many Red Rangers? Okay.
Yeah, it was a 10th anniversary.
Yeah, apparently they needed all the Red Rangers. This all hinges on all the Red Rangers. Just not every other Red Ranger group, but all the Red Rangers.
All the Red Rangers had to come back for this.
Amazing execution.
But it was
amazing execution.
It was, yeah, but it was a crazy premise. But Power Rangers in and of itself is crazy, and I love it.
And it embraces the bizarre and absurdity.
I'm just poking fun at it. I'm just only poking fun at it. That's it. I ain't saying it was a bad episode because of that premise alone. I was like
we know, man.
Because apparently we need all the leaders of each Ranger group. How is that going to work? They're all leaders.
However, they were formed by a veteran Ranger. In this case, Tommy. Also,
oh yeah.
Also,
if you want to know where Tommy is,
He's the
You want-
Zeo
sorry,
Red Ranger. The
with
one with
Come
the
on,
star
man.
at the helmet.
space.
Yeah, the
Wait.
Turbo Red Ranger is TJ.
Oh,
Okay, that explains that. So the one, Tommy is the one with the star on his face.
Zero
Yep,
Ranger.
the red Zeo
Zero
Ranger.
Ranger 5 red.
Okay,
Yep.
and
Say
what
it
is he?
right.
What are
Say
they?
it right. Zero Ranger 5 red.
Zeo Ranger
Zeo.
5 Red.
There you go.
Okay, now I know who it is. Zeo Ranger 5 Red. Okay. I'm trying to figure this out. Forget my other question I was about to ask. Just forget it. That answers my other question. Are these Rangers from, I mean, wait a minute now. Are these from different seasons or
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because that's a
This
lot
is how
of-
much it's also showing how the costumes had changed over time.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Here
it
you go.
does.
Here's a Venn diagram right here.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, yes.
Very red.
You have to break it down for those of us who are
So
or
left to right.
dummies to the
Jason
show.
was the red Tyrannosaurus or Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. Let me see. Because that shit's small. Oracle, red Alien Ranger. That's the one. That's the ninja one. Tommy, Zeo Ranger 5 red. It's red. Technically, it's red Zeo Ranger, but fuck you. It's Zeo Ranger 5 red.
That's just what he says in the morph.
I don't care. That's how I say it in my damn head. TJ,
Anyway, that's TJ.
the first Black Red Ranger, TJ Red Turbo Ranger, or Red Lightning. Andros, another alien ranger from Power Rangers in Space. He was the Red Space Ranger. He's the one that looked like Legolas. He was pretty cool. Stuck up, but cool. He was like the Robin of that group. Kind of like I work alone.
He got better.
Leo. Yep. Leo from Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. That one, they had aliens or at least like giant kaiju monsters as freaking Zords. That was amazing. That was freaking amazing.
I agree.
Carter Grayson, aka Captain America Power Ranger, was the red Lightspeed Rescue Ranger. He's the one with the umbrella pattern on his chest right there. Leo is the one with the Charlie Brown pattern on his chest too. Angelos is the one with the candy color squares on his chest.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to point that out.
And next to him is
next to him is
Wes.
Wes, aka Grandpa Red Ranger from Power Rangers Time Force. I like to think he's Power Ranger Bruce Wayne, kinda. Next to him, technically not a Red Ranger, but a Sixth Ranger of Time Force, Eric, also known as the Quantum Red Ranger or Quantum Ranger. He's the dark version of the Arrow Chest Ranger right there. The one with the upside down triangle.
Mm-hmm.
And
Both
finally Cole.
And
Cole
the latest
Evans.
one. The latest one at that time. After Time Force was Cole, as Dominic said, Cole, the Wild Force Red Ranger. He's the one with the tiger face and the golden stripe across his chest, going down his chest.
A lion.
Yep, it's a
Not
lion.
tiger, lion.
Thank you.
The White
lion.
Ranger already has a tiger.
That was the first female. Oh, that's the second female White Ranger, by the way.
Oh yeah, you're right. Because the first one was in Alien Rangers.
Yep, she was the leader, of course. But later on in Wild Force, I thought she was. How the fuck I confused her for Pink? Oh, that's right, because they always had Pink Rangers. But no, when they told me she was White Ranger. Okay, I'll deal with it. I like it. Third one was the leader of the
of the Alien Rangers.
No, third one.
Oh, right, her.
Mystic Force's mentor. She was the White Ranger. Female,
Yeah.
right? Female White Ranger.
Yeah, and sadly she's gone too.
What?
Yep. We lost her long ago.
Okay. Before we even continue, let me point this out. At the risk of sounding insensitive to death, Power Rangers is a cursed production. I gotta point that out right now. I really gotta point that shit out right now. It is a very cursed production. First, Trini died in a car accident. Second, Tommy's brother died after he had starred in Power Rangers at one point as a twin, as a like an ancestor or some shit like that.
Well,
Then,
a brother.
Yeah.
yeah, a twin brother. But yeah, he died sometime later after Tommy had after JDF had left for a time. He had passed away. What happened after that?
Well, let's see.
Which one was Trini?
Actually, the Ninja Storm.
She's the Yellow Ranger.
The first Yellow Ranger.
Yeah, the first Yellow Ranger in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yellow
Oh my
Fever.
gosh, she died in a car accident?
99
Yep.
or 98.
Yeah,
After
Time Force actually only did a tribute episode for Tweet Trang.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to be out of loop. Go ahead.
This motherfucker Cole murdered his friend in his apartment.
Yeah.
With a samurai sword. With a samurai
sword.
With a katana.
Which is why he got the role for Decker, I believe, in Power Rangers Samurai.
Mm-hmm.
Then in Operation Overdrive, before that, Operation Overdrive, this motherfucker that was part of the team stole from sick kids in real life.
What?
Yep,
oh yeah.
Samuel
He
Benza.
went. Yep. He embezzled. Yep. He embezzled money and he went to jail.
Yep. He was
Finally.
Will from he was Will, the Black Operation Overdrive.
Cornrow boy. Cornrow boy stole from sick kids. Fuck him. And let him rot in jail. And then we lost Rhea Repulsa during Mystic Force. Before Mystic Force. We lost Rhea Repulsa.
Yeah, we lost her. We lost the actual actress who played Rita Repulsa. She was also
American version.
Oh,
American version.
Right. I was also talking about the actual actress who played Bandora in the Sentai, because we lost her long ago. Ever since
I don't count
2005.
Sentai. Sentai's a different beast. I'm talking about Powers right now.
Hey,
but
come
yeah,
on, man.
That's sad. Bandora did die. Bandora was freaking wicked.
But she did play a maternal figure in Machi Ranger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
We also lost. We
Zordon.
unfortunately lost.
Zordon.
Yeah, him. Also, we also lost the Red Ninja Storm Ranger.
Yep, we lost Shane.
What?
Yep.
Yep.
He wasn't my favorite, but damn, how he died? How he died?
Hold on, we're looking up right now.
Looking it up. Wolf is right. This is a cursed production. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it has its up. It's been
The
around
curse
for a
of
while.
the Power Rangers.
It's been around for a while. Yeah.
I think we lost Rancic from Time Force.
Wait, what?
I think. Don't quote me on this one. I think we lost him too. We lost Zordon. I know we lost Zordon. Or no, Zordon's still alive. He's doing a before JDF's death. He was doing a con along with Austin St. John, Jason, Red Ranger. I think Walter Jones is going to be on there. Black Rangers. And I think Catherine Sutherland, the second Pink Ranger in season 3 of Mighty Morphin, replaced Kimberly. Think Catherine was also going to be on there. I don't know who entirely was in that panel, but I just know that Jason was going to be there. Walter Jones was going to be there, and I think Steve Cardenas, Rocky, the second Red Ranger, was going to be there too. But Zordon's still alive.
Hold on, Rancic, Vernon Wells, he's still alive.
He's alive?
Thank
Okay.
God.
Oh God.
We can't lose Zordon. Wait, we cannot lose Zordon yet. He's the source.
Does Rancic still have a square face? That's all I'm asking.
Yes.
Thank you. The last thing I need is for him to be malformed and got something going on with him that's fucking up his face. Who else died? Or who else did something shitty?
I think that might be it.
Bottom line, Power Rangers is a weird cursed production because sometimes shit just happens. And
I know.
just like Dewey Train, she died. Now. Speaking of cursed productions, also another cursed production.
Oh wait.
Dewey Train.
Okay, so the red. Hold on, brief. On a side note, the red. Shane, the Red Ninja Storm Ranger Apollo Magasiva, he took his own life too. Suicide.
Oh, suicide seems to be the defining tragedy in this damn production.
Oh yeah.
But Dewey Train, she died sometime after the Crow Sea of Angels. Now that's a troll production.
That was a troubled production for all of the worst reasons.
Mm-hmm.
They should have gone with original draft.
Funnily enough, the direct to video sequels didn't have no problems. Ain't that weird?
That's bizarre.
Because I was worried about Edward Furlong because he was in the fourth one. I was worried about David Boreanaz because he was a villain in the fourth one. I was like, "You okay? Y'all still alive? Okay, good. You're alive."
You talking about the Crow sequels?
Yeah, because like I said, it's always been my I built up a superstition off of that shit because Brand Lee died in the first Crow, and then in the second Crow, Dewey Train died.
Yeah, that's
I'm like man. Anybody playing in the Crow, y'all better watch y'all fucking back.
Well,
especially
they got
with
a
this
remake.
new Crow coming up.
Yeah, they got a new one coming up. So.
We kind of have a new one coming up, but the production has been postponed.
Really? Oh, postponed.
Yep.
It shouldn't be made at all, but they gotta do what they.
Well, originally they were going to have Jason Momoa, and then they went to Bradley Cooper.
Well, now it's Bill Skarsgård.
But they didn't go. They went with someone else. Then they go with the guy that played Skarsgård, Alexander Skarsgård's brother.
The motherfucker's old.
No, I said Bill Skarsgård.
Oh yes, yeah, Bill. That's the one they
not
went.
that one-eyed motherfucker.
Hey, here's the thumbnail.
Yep. Another
That's beautiful.
What am I looking? What is this for? What is this? I'm sorry.
This is from Donald Thunder.
Okay. Now
I'm pretty sure he made a lot of girls cry because he no longer has locks.
Yeah, I see. He's very different.
He just has the short, spiky hair.
Yep.
I was not too crazy about the spiky hair. I was never too crazy about his spiky hair, especially in Florida. I was like, "What? Why are you?" Okay, I'm okay with you having short hair, but why spiky hair of all things? What are you trying to pull? You look like a young boy, or you look like an old guy trying to be a young boy.
I mean, have you seen his pictures? He like Walter Jones, he only aged a day.
And that motherfucker 9 fingers.
Wolf, you got to remember that this is the post-2000s. Spiky hair was in.
This is the Linkin Park age. Gotcha.
Yep.
You was trying to look like Mike Shinoda. I get you.
Exactly. Grunge was on the high.
Yeah. I get it. But this was one of his best episodes that he did, was where Tommy was trying to refocus his aura and all that stuff, going through a spirit journey, and he was having an identity crisis while at it. So these were the Rangers that he embodied, but they're out of order, Leia. The green was the first, the white was the second, the red was the third.
And you notice that his red turbo incarnation didn't show up because it was like when he transferred his powers to TJ, that was permanent. However, in the Forever Red episode, so like Jason, he kept his Ranger powers because even though it looked like the powers of him Zack and Trina was transferred into Rocky, Adam, and Aisha, is actually their powers weren't transferred completely; they were actually copied onto them.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question. I should have asked this early, but I want everybody to speak because you got to recall my memory since I didn't watch it on a regular basis. But when with their powers, did they transform into animals or something, or
No.
The original Rangers or all the Rangers? Did they?
Only except
Okay.
for Jungle Fury, but they didn't really turn to animals. They launched out spirit animals. However, their masters did turn to furries.
Yeah, because that was the thing in the Sentai, because their masters are actually all based on different animals.
Mm-hmm.
Another question I have: the show and these characters, is this an original idea, or are they based on something anime?
Original,
Japanese
but it was
anime?
original, yes, but it was adapted from a Japanese production called Super Sentai.
And
I
they've
thought
existed
so.
way back then, since 1975, so they've been around for 40 plus years.
And
much like Power Rangers, there's previous Super Sentai teams like do meet their successors.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I didn't know they were around that long. I had the feeling they were based on some sort of Japanese TV show. I could tell in the way the production looked that it looked like they were taking
I made
from
this joke
a
one
Japanese
time on
show.
Facebook back when Facebook was okay. Ish. I made this joke and I posted it on Facebook. I said, "So Angel Grove takes place somewhere in Japan, apparently." And
yeah, because a lot of the locations that you see within the show, especially within other modern Power Rangers seasons, that's all located from Japan.
Because it's stock footage from the Sentai.
Yeah.
But she my friend who's also a big Power Ranger nut like I am, outright called me up when she read that post. And she said, "How the hell could you say Angel Grove is stationed in Japan? It's in America. Did you not pay attention to the stock footage, girl?
I know, right?
How the hell is Tokyo Tower going to appear in Angel Grove?"
There will be American-made Rangers within Sentai. The first one was the Titanium Ranger in Lightspeed Rescue, Ryan Mitch. And then the other time was the Spirit Masters from Jungle Fury.
AKA Diet Green with Evil arc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, this is looking too damn familiar. Only difference is that Ryan was raised to be evil. He wasn't brainwashed, which was a nice touch.
And there's 3 of them.
There was also the Thunder Rangers. They kept repeating Green with Evil a lot during Power Rangers, but there was also the Thunder Rangers who were also brainwashed and evil. In Ninja Storm, it was Hunter and Kai. Blake. Kai was right. Kai was in Lost Galaxy.
Yeah. Magna
Then
Defender.
another time was in Down Thunder with Trent.
Oh yes.
And that was more of a Frank Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde situation.
Pretty much, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which they recreated, but they did their own spin to it each season.
Mm-hmm.
Which is I mean I joke, but like there's not to say that I'm disavowing any creativity whenever time they recycle Green with Evil. It is one of their best episodes. Or at least that was the first time I ever watched a series that had a 5-parter. Usually shows had either 2 parts or 3 parts, but Power Rangers with Green with Evil, that was a 5-parter. It almost felt like it went on forever. I thought we went 20 episodes of Green with Evil. I was like, motherfucker, when they gonna beat the Green Ranger already? I was a kid like that. I thought this shit was going on forever. Like damn, y'all still haven't beat this motherfucker yet? I didn't say, not my exact words as a kid. You know, I didn't swear that much when I was a kid. But still, like I'm like, when y'all gonna beat him? It's been 20 episodes.
It's been 20 freaking episodes. Are you finally gonna get it? So what?
Please move on.
I'm like, for crying out loud, people. And I at one point.
And then you look at other Power Ranger seasons where they would just keep repeating the same episode. Like, oh my god, why does this look familiar?
Wait, oh my god. Oh my god. Vietnam flash.
I mean, I was just basically saying at this point, my God, he's beaten you for 20 episodes now, and I gotta hand it. I gotta say
just go the fuck away.
I mean, it's just, and then you're like going, well, I think the bad guy's just the biggest moron in the world at this point because he keeps beating them and yet he's not killing them.
Until they finally make a retreat, and I was like, okay, now the Power Rangers getting some ground. Okay, cool. Freaking used to Mastodon shield and deflect his shit back at his ass. Good. Make him run. And then we got that penultimate episode of Green with Evil, and freaking Jason and Tommy are fighting each other with their Zords and shit, and then they took it down to the ground. And funny enough, I looked at the original Sentai version of that fight. There was a lot more footage they could have used for that fight. That fight was super short.
Oh yeah.
In their Ranger form, when the Sentai Wars went to their Ranger form, there was a lot of material they could have used. Trust me. Unless they were in danger of showing off the Japanese characters, because a lot of their friends were a lot of Geki's friends were more, so you didn't really want them. You didn't want to see the.
You don't want to break the illusion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That didn't stop when Tommy first awakened and he was Japanese for a split second. Yeah, they showed what's his name? Burai?
Yeah.
Burai.
They showed Burai's awakening, and you can easily tell it was a Japanese person. And yet that's supposed to be Tommy. Oh my goodness. There was a lot of slips in that damn show, man. The Japanese end where the American began.
It certainly took the song turning Japanese into a whole nother level.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Even when Zoro was playing a special wizard, even he was Japanese.
Fucking weird.
When Rita captured that one space shuttle, it had the rising sun on each wing. Ain't that supposed to be American flag on that? The bitch stole Apollo 13, but it's got Japanese on it. So wait, did they go through a time warp and they got rearranged? See, I'm only doing this because I don't want us to be all sad and depressed.
Exactly.
Okay, I understand.
This is why I'm doing. This is why I'm making this fucking jokes right now, because I don't want us to be. And it's so hard to say goodbye.
I wish I could turn on my freaking webcam, that way I could pass time, but he's already got this picture in the way.
Well, we don't need to see your mug. We gotta see the best man of the job.
I love it. I love it that you guys said that this 5-episode arc, and you guys feel like it was going on forever. Hence,
it did. Yeah,
you gotta remember, for kids, a 5-part episode is so freaking long.
Exactly.
Yes,
especially when you got other episodes in between. Oh my goodness.
Oh God, I hated that.
Yes, I would imagine that would be eternity.
Because Green with Evil was supposed to be shown back to back to back, but instead we got different episodes.
Oh yeah, that would seem like that was forever. Then I agree with you.
Don't even get me started on the time travel plot, and don't even get me started on the reverse time plot when they became kids.
Well,
that annoyed me twice. Yeah, that annoyed me to no end. Why the fuck are they kids right now? I don't want to be watching them as kids. I'm a kid. I was a kid. I'm saying here, I'm a motherfucking kid. I don't need to be a Power Ranger right now. I'm waiting till I grow up to be a Power Ranger. What the fuck are these kids gonna do? They can't even morph.
Well, when they were first turned into kids, they didn't remember they were Rangers. But when the second time occurred, they kept their memories because because it was a time warp and not an age reversal spell.
Let's do the time warp again.
Right.
It's like, okay, so we're not going to do the time warp thing.
Personally,
Okay, so we turn
I
them
don't
into
know why
cubes.
people hate on the Alien Rangers. I really don't
The
know why.
Alien Rangers were actually pretty badass.
Right?
I agree.
They fucking fought with their damn battle moids or battle moids or some shit like that.
Yep.
The
They
Alien
call them Zords. They
Rangers.
call them something else.
What was
They were
The Aquatar Rangers.
yeah. Okay. I gotta get a picture for Leia because she's still
She's
she's
still
what the
green when it comes to Power Rangers.
I was just going to say the Alien Rangers were their outer space counterparts. You know how these TV
Yes.
shows have your counterparts?
no, they were a
from outer
different
space?
race that were Rangers. And this is funny that they came in, yet Zordon recruited teenagers with attitude, but he couldn't call on the Equation Rangers. That was weird.
Well, we could probably think of some in-universe explanation, or we could just go with the actual one. Well, shit, we didn't think of that
Now their weakness was bullshit.
Oh
It's
yeah,
because
just
they ran
corrupt
out of
water.
Zoo Ranger footage and it's just like, fuck it, let's just use Kaku Ranger footage.
Bet you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Nothing gets
Okay.
past me when it comes to a sneeze.
I am going to say this though, is that I did actually enjoy the Power Rangers movie.
I did too. The first and second one.
Same here.
That was a big thing when it came out. Wow, yeah, that was huge because
Trying to find a
parents
morph though.
took their kids to see the Power Rangers movie, so that was huge.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
there
I
they
did
are.
not see it myself, but I definitely heard about it because my sister
Oh, that's
took,
too
which is
small.
appropriate. She took them to see my nephews to see the movie, and they absolutely loved it, and they told me all about it. But I myself had not seen the film, but I knew it was a big thing when it came out. I think it did better at the
Man,
box
these men
office
they
than
got shit
anticipated.
on Star Trek.
It did very good at the box office, by understanding the first one.
Yeah.
Very, very
In
well.
fact, if I recall, it wasn't until what was it, Turbo, a Power Rangers movie, that they stopped going directly to theaters.
Yeah.
You are correct.
Which was quite unfortunate.
Here's what I would say
Yeah,
with Ivan Ooze. Here's what I would say with Ivan Ooze real quick. Ivan Ooze should have been the villain in Turbo.
I agree. That's another thing that I liked about the. That's another thing that I liked about the movie. I'll go. The one thing I would say about the movie is that they weren't trying to readapt anything. No, Ivan Ooze was created specifically, a bad guy created specifically for the movie, kind of like Batman: Mask of the Phantasm.
Rangers, your angel of death is here.
Now
That would have been a
would-
lot more threatening.
That would have been a lot more dangerous, because imagine a Power Ranger that is a Grim Reaper Ranger that just is coming to collect the Rangers.
Well, technically in Power Rangers
But-
Unworthy, they have just that.
Yep.
Well, there is currently the Death Ranger in Boom Studios Power Rangers.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
But that's beside the point. Well, even though the Power Rangers movie like takes place in an alternate parallel Earth, or they could have used Ivan Ooze for Power Rangers Turbo.
Yeah, because the movie itself wasn't really canon anyways.
So you could have had events occur similar in the main Earth, but circumstances are different.
Then again, who want to sit through all that makeup?
Well, yeah, to be fair.
Yeah,
fair enough.
true.
They probably would have skimped on the budget. He would look less threatening than he did. He would most likely look like Lothar in freaking Ninja Storm.
Yeah, probably.
At best. Or what's his face from Mask Rider?
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Who? Oh, the Shocker? Shocker?
No. Lord not Draken. Oh, I hear.
Oh! 'Cause when you said Master Rider, because that's what Kamen Rider actually means in Japanese. And
Really
they
now?
use that. Yeah, that even explains that. They use that since Kamen Rider Kuga all the way up to Kamen Rider Decade. They use Master Rider for the English subtitles, but they still call it Kamen Rider. And yet they embrace the Kamen Rider title since Kamen Rider Double.
Yeah, that's actually worth mentioning. That in season 2 or season 3, when that backdoor pilot for Masked Rider happened.
Oh yeah, it did. It did, yeah.
No, I'm asking, was season 2 or 3?
Oh, I believe it was season 3.
Okay, all right. So, well, I was right. Yeah. So season 3 of Power Rangers, before Kimberly left the show, there was there was a two-part episode where it acted as a backdoor pilot to Mask Rider when Kamen Rider was making it to the West.
Mm-hmm. And it was based on Kamen Rider Black RX, which was not really all that great in comparison to Kamen Rider Black.
Yeah, Mask Rider could have been handled better. And Leo, what you're looking at in front of you are the Aquitian Rangers.
AKA the Alien Rangers.
Okay. Was this a TV show or part of a movie or?
It was a TV show. It was a TV.
Part of the TV show.
Yeah, it was a
Oh, they were
spin-off
part
show.
of the TV show. They brought them into the show, and they stuck around for a little while.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they
So
are. Go ahead.
so the Aquitians are a humanoid alien race, well, albeit an amphibious humanoid alien race, who are from a planet that is composed mostly of water.
Hence the name Aquatar.
Gee, I never would have known by looking at them. They resemble fish.
They look like frogs.
They look like lizards.
They look like frogs.
Well, you guys were kids when you saw it, so you went with it. But I see they were supposed to be an fish. Okay. And the setting doesn't look like they're underwater, but okay.
Well, no,
They're from another world.
Okay.
Yeah, there was summoned by Zordon after Master Vile, Rita, and Rito's dad. That has a time warp on Earth, which caused everyone to revert to being kids. Well, although for the Rangers, they were turned to kids again, and so because they're kids, they can't access their powers. So Zordon called in the aid of the Aquatar Rangers.
Guys during Green with Evil. Then again, Keku Sentai Ninja Ranger wasn't made yet.
So what of their powers, since they're from outer space? What are their powers? What were their specialties?
Oh, they can, if I recall, they have telepathy.
Well, they have telepathy and telekinesis.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Same thing with Andros. Andros had telekinesis actually.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And he can heal people by crying on them.
The Aquatar Rangers also have ninja abilities because the ranger suits are meant to look like ninjas.
Mm-hmm.
This was also the whole ninja powers thing after the movie, which they acquired differently in this story, and they got their powers from Ninja.
Yes.
Best character in Power Rangers history.
And he's going to show up that Power Rangers are worthy.
One of the best characters of all time.
Oh goodness, I love Ninja. I really love Ninja. Oh right, that's right. He's also playable I think he's playable in Battle for the Grid. Don't worry, Leia. I'm gonna show him soon.
Okay.
We had a lot.
Because his design, Ninja's design looks really freaking good. I love his design.
It's freaking rad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use an outdated phrase. He's fucking rad.
Oh, I agree with Dark Stranger.
Oh, yeah.
They do look like ripoffs from Galaxy Quest to Alan Rickman.
Oh no! By Grapthar's Warhammer, you shall be avenged.
I can't not see it now.
By the
You're not
sons of
wrong.
Corbett,
I can see it too.
by Grepthar's hammer, you shall be avenged. Oh my goodness. Goodness, we
That
lost
was
so many
truly funny.
people. We lost so many people, so many great people.
They always come in threes, Wolf.
This year hasn't been very kind at all. Too many icons, and I don't want to make it sad, but I know for some of you out there, I know it must hurt to lose who was a childhood hero to you, and also the means for his death is probably just as devastating to hear.
It was a critical blow, Leia.
I present to you Ninjor. Yes, he spoke like that.
Yep. And you know what? He had such. Can I just say he had such a powerful energy? It's like you couldn't help but smile every time he came on screen.
Yep, he's literally the Power Rangers equivalent to a freaking genie.
Oh yeah.
He's a freaking Jaeger. A freaking sentient Jaeger, because he gets big and becomes a super robot.
Yep.
What you see there with the helmet and the
which is right at the bottom of the picture.
Yeah, pretty much. Ninjor, damn it. He's freaking Ninjor.
I still like his introduction in Power Rangers.
Design in production of the show, and he looks freaking awesome.
Spectacular. I mean, we know that is cardboard and some, but you know, dang it if they made that not look like armor.
I actually thought it was armor as a kid. I mean,
I know.
damn. Second to him is Magna Defender.
Ooh, yes.
Magna Defender's so badass.
Power Rangers Punisher.
Lost Galaxy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
In universe, he is Power Rangers Punisher. That motherfucker didn't give no fucks.
His brutality went hand in hand with his cruelty.
And yeah, he was designed as a knight.
Yep.
Yeah, because he's a defender.
And he had the darkest backstory. One of the darkest, not the only darkest, one of the darkest backstories ever. This dude lost his son and he became Kratos.
He lost his
Scorpius!
He's
Your
a ranger.
enemy is here, and I shall have my revenge.
What was that?
Yeah, before Kratos, Magna Defender, he lost his family, and as Wolf said, he became the Power Rangers universe's Punisher.
Yeah, and then he sacrificed his life for the spirit of his son, and he passed down his powers down to Kai, who we thought was dead.
Yep. And then Kai gets that beautiful arc, and it's so tragic. But it's so beautiful. Mike. It was so tragic, but triumphant, too. Because he never got to know his dad.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Leia.
He's this character, this Ninjor, he's a ranger?
Well, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I mean, he's more of an ally, really.
No, Ninjor's not a ranger. Ninjor's is an embodiment of a being. He's
You're right.
He has no physical form than this.
You're right. It's what he's
Magna
more of an
Defender, on the
ally
other
to
hand,
the Power
he was a
Rangers.
sixth ranger. The guy we were talking about earlier, Magna Defender, he's something of a ranger. He has his own morpher and everything.
Yeah, his morpher is actually a sword, and it can
Defender
transform into
now.
a fucking gun. It's so
Yes!
badass.
And it,
his
fires
little morpher
rapid
is
shotgun blast.
Yeah, because this morpher is a literal gun blade.
And this was during a time.
Toros.
And this was during a time after the events of Countdown to Destruction, and several of the Angel Grove residents they stayed at a spacecraft, which gives off Deep Space Nine vibes. The Terra Venture.
May I also add that he's a beast in the damn in Battle for the Grid. fucker fucked me up several times.
I
He ain't
believe
nothing.
it.
He ain't
Considering
nothing.
who
Fuck
Matt
with.
Fender is, he is a badass mother.
Let me answer Neil's comment real quick. Pack your bags, cause we're sending you back to where you came from. Gee, a teenager with a big mouth. Not much has changed in 6,000 years. You obviously don't know who you're dealing with, Mr. Raisinhead. Really? Yeah, we're the Power Rangers. Woo, where's my autograph book? Ha, Power Rangers, huh? So Zordon's still using a bunch of kids to do his own dirty work. Well, meet my kids.
That's one of the things that I love about what made Ivan Ooze one of the most unique bad guys is that he's kind of like he's toying with them, and then when Tommy says, "Yeah, we're the Power Rangers, strong and confident," he just goes, "Oh, where's my autograph book?"
Yeah,
And
because
also,
he's had history
it
with
sounds
Zordon.
and his previous Power Rangers.
Yep.
I got another one. You haven't changed, Ooze. You're still picking on creatures smaller than yourself. I put a sock in it, Z. 10 minutes out of the egg and I'm already listening to one of your lectures. You locked me up into your stuffy little hyperlock chamber and tossed me away into the depths like yesterday's trash. Do you have any idea what's that like to be locked up in a rotten egg for 6,000 years? It's boring. Not to mention I had a Charlie horse since the Renaissance. You won't get away with this, Ooze. You robbed me of my prime. I was the supreme ruler of the most foul empire of the universe, and now it's time to pay the piper. All the things I missed: the Black Plague, the Spanish Inquisition, the Brady Bunch reunion.
Well, and that was the thing about him too. He was like Majin Buu. He was just like pure chaos.
Mm-hmm. And again, if he was introduced into the main universe, he would have given the Power Rangers a run for their money. Whether it's with Tommy or with TJ's team in Power Rangers Turbo.
Oh yeah. But here's the thing: is that I don't know. He was kind of a one-trick pony. He never did the same thing twice. That's kind of what made him hard. If you're going to maintain a status quo,
he's unpredictable as a villain.
Yeah, he's unpredictable as a bad guy.
Hi, honey, I'm home.
You egg-sucking purple pinhead! The Rangers are going after the great power. I thought you said this guy was the master of disaster. He's nothing but a slimy jelly donut volt. Woo!
Finally, someone shuts her up.
I love that.
Oh, me too.
Gosh, marital jokes. You gotta love.
I know. Can I also say this too? That Lord Zed. Can I just say this? That Lord Zed and Rita Repulsa are like the most evil, like one of the most evil couples out there. But damn it, they love each other.
I just love seeing them dance. And even when they change the good version of themselves, they still dance. That was so endearing.
That was so yeah, that's the thing that was funny is that when they were turned to good, they were still a couple. The one thing a lot of people didn't like, and maybe I would have changed it too, is that Rita obviously made Lord Zed fall in love with her, right? Using a serum of some sort. I would have loved to have had a scene where Lord Zed actually breaks out of that love potion and he just looks at Rita and just goes, "My God, you sick, twisted woman, you made me think I had fallen in love with you." And then he's like, and then that's what he just says, "You're amazing. We got to partner up."
Yeah,
that's the only thing. That's the only thing I would have changed.
I've seen
I would have
more
watched
evil
that
couples
too.
than them, really.
Exactly, because because they were just supposed to be like the vile power couple, and it was funny. In fact,
if he had any knowledge on Power Rangers.
You know what? I'm also going to say this too. Their cameo in Turbo, a Power Rangers movie, was the best thing was the best thing out of the whole film.
I concur, man.
If I knew how to defeat the Power Rangers, you think I'd be sitting here listening to this? My advice to you, Demon Tox: run! That's how pathetic Divatox was. She called her own rival and asked her own advice on how to defeat her enemies. How sad
Yeah,
is that?
And the thing
it,
that's
it is
funny is
sad. That she's the one who ends up really defeating the Power Rangers, destroying the command center, kidnaps Zordon, which causes TJ and the others to lose their powers.
yeah, I'm still the same person who's like, this can't be Divatox. She's too competent. She can't.
Like I said, she could have been Hela from Thor Ragnarok. That's the Magnum Defender.
Which is why I'm saying if they ever want to if they're ever going to do something like a readaptation down the road, make Divatox that way. In fact, skip over the entire Divatox element and just go straight to her kidnapping Zordon.
And actually, he did. No, not Tommy, Jason Different. He did make 2 more appearances in later Power Rangers seasons. One of which, unfortunately, was Megaforce.
Mm-hmm.
We don't talk about Megaforce. Like the original Super Sentai, which dang it.
Sentai Go Kaiser.
Yeah, thank you. Go Kaiser, which was 2 an anniversary of Super Sentai. At least that was done not only well, but better than Megaforce.
Mm-hmm. And don't even get me started on what the hell they were even doing with Megaforce. Or no, like the actual Megaforce when they were doing with Ghost Sager.
Again, they had one job, and they could have actually made a faithful adaptation of Gokaiger, but instead they took a huge left turn and crapped on it.
Yep, they went with Ghost Sager, Gokaiger, then right back to Ghost Sager.
Man, fuck that Tiki Zordon.
Yeah, go say.
And fuck you, Mentor G.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Samurai.
Man, Nickelodeon really dropped the ball when they brought back Power Rangers on that one.
Oh yeah,
that was Neil Saban.
Neil Saban, yes. Then again, Disney
did
was
it
going to
air?
run that
Wait,
shit
did
to
it
the
air on
ground.
Nickelodeon?
Yeah, it did.
Okay, because I'm remembering it aired. You know what? I'm thinking of Fox Kids.
Yeah, it was on Fox for a while. Then Disney acquired it. When we got to like say
RPM.
RPM.
Yeah, it was Wild Force then RPM. That's when Disney owned it.
Yeah. From Wild Force to RPM, that's the Disney era, as I like to call it.
What Jungle Fury was Jungle Fury was also part of the Disney era.
Yep,
it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So from Wild Force all the way up to Jungle Fury. Well, Jungle Fury came after RPM, right?
Yeah. No, it was Jungle Fury then RPM.
Oh,
okay.
Right. Yes, Jungle Fury then RPM.
Yeah, all the way to RPM. A lot of people shit on RPM, and I saw that shit. I'm like, what the fuck the hate is for?
Yeah, I didn't get that.
Like they described it, I'm like thinking like we in Terminator era where it's all dark and cloudy and shit. I get to freaking RPM, it's all bright and sunny and shit. I'm like, okay.
However,
I still don't see where the hate is, and I get to it to the end of it. I still don't see the hate for this show.
It was also like the third most mature Power Rangers season out there, and it was in a post-apocalypse. And after they defeated Venchix, everyone was surprised when Beast Morphers came around. It's revealed to be a sequel to RPM.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just say that even this show makes the apocalypse look bright and beautiful?
Yes.
Yeah, it still looks dark as hell.
It looks dark as hell, but you can tell it's made with purely a fictitious universe in mind. You can tell it's fake, but you're willing to suspend your disbelief and enjoy it for what it is. Whereas these today, it would be like so super grounded in reality.
Yeah.
However,
Tell the truth.
however,
You found this sister hard. You found this sister hot, didn't y'all? Dylan's sister.
Oh, guilty as charged.
Tonight 7. Her
Those
and
are
that
red flags.
headband thingy.
She was beautiful and hot.
Wow, we finally got Don to say something that goes against his character.
Oh.
I gotta hand it to you, buddy.
Well, hey, I'm still a gentleman. I say respect. I say that respectfully.
Respectfully, you found her hot.
Yes.
He found her hot in a very respectable manner, so he proves to be better than all. He proves to be better than us. He proves to be better than us little deviants, Wolf.
I can't help being who I am.
You know what? And I'm going to stand behind this. I will not apologize for being who I am.
I'm not asking you all. I'm not asking you all to apologize for who you are.
Look. If it be me and her, I'm like, girl, finish your speech.
I was going to say that.
You know, I could listen to you do your little evil bad girl speech all day.
And if you want, at the very end,
of course, you will have me behind you. Make sure you're kept in check, as well as giving you a dope slap.
You have a Power Ranger power blaster pointing at my head. Wolf, behave yourself, or else I'll stun you. Dom, is that really set to stun? No.
It is set to stun.
No, like Dom, is that set to stun? No, I wouldn't have it any other way.
And you know what? Invite her to her favorite villainous bar. Yes, because that's how I love how crazy this Power Rangers world is. Bad guys have their own bars.
And you thought how should have ended
done
that first
in Lost Galaxy.
and they gave the villains their own pub.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was just bringing that up. Like who could not forget the saloon?
You know what? I just can't wait until one point where they say, "That's it, we're going shopping," and to only go shopping for the most deadliest weapons, we go to the villain store.
Leia, you had something to say, right? Or Don, did you want to go first?
Well, no, she can go ahead.
A gentleman through and through. This is Dylan's sister. And her
Wow,
skin
she looks like put some glasses on her, and she looks like the Baroness from G.I. Joe.
She does, yeah.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Dylan is the RPM Black Ranger.
Yeah, apparently people hated RPM, guys, believe it or not. I heard a lot of people shit talking on YouTube a few times, so it's real.
However, Wolf, hindsight is 2020, and when people look back and gave RPM another chance, as they realized their initial opinions were uncalled for.
Well, yes, hindsight is 2020, but now we're in 2022, so we know better.
May I present to you the baddest bitch that surpassed Astronomer? Almost.
I didn't even think that was
Tanaya
possible.
7, right here. I said almost. Almost.
We heard the emphasis, Wolf.
The only difference is both her and her brother both suffered, whereas Astronomer suffered alone. She technically suffered alone, but her brother got the same treatment too.
Poor bastard.
What I mean is they both were forcibly cyberized. They were half cyberized. They all had cybernetic enhancements attached to them.
Really sick shit.
Goodness gracious, that's as dark as RPM went. Yeah, people on freaking tables and shit with freaking machinery attached to them, and him and and Dylan and her was almost about to escape, and then she gets snatched up, and the last thing he remembers is her reaching out for him, screaming her ass off. Yeah.
That reminds me, for whatever reason, I don't know why, but this is how big the show. This is how big the show was. At one point, the Power Rangers had a crossover with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah,
So,
next
yeah, it was the
mutation.
Power Rangers in space.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Because Saban was making the Ninja Turtles show.
How the hell did I like that show? What's the rap jingle? Four Green Brothers heard the news. Fuck. Four Green Brothers heard the news. Changed by ooze. I used to know that shit by heart.
Like, trying to be like some sort of comedic weather reporter guy. Like, today's weather is going to be awful with a slight chance of rain and thunderstorms. 50% chance at 11.
Okay, I'll finish it up. Na 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 ninja. Ninja Turtles. Na 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 ninja. Ninja. I don't know why people don't like hip hop in their 90s cartoons and or live shows.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
They were
I don't know as well because it was like, look, this was during a time when hip hop and rap was still good before it, as well as other genres within the music industry began to degrade in quality.
However, there are some exceptions that we know doesn't fit properly.
Uh-huh.
Mystic Force opener and the Operation Overdrive opener, which actually somehow beated the Mystic Force opener.
Yeah, Mystic Force's opening was more hip hop, but Overdrive's opening was just terrible attempt at rapping.
Oh yeah.
Mm-mm.
There's just no. You needed to go back to the drawing board with that.
Oh yeah.
I'd rather they had used Ron Wasserman's song for Mystic Force.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
It's still on YouTube if you want to look it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
That shit's
honestly, that should have been the opening for Mystic Force than what we've ultimately gotten.
Yep.
But no, they want to be hip with the crowd.
Yep.
Then come to the hood and figure out what we like.
Yeah, but with either opening for Mystic Force, none of them compared to Monty Ranger's opening because it's not even coming from bias from me. It's just what I personally feel. It's because I absolutely love Monty Ranger. It's my favorite Sentai.
Oh, I bet. That was a disrespect to you, man. Absolute disrespect, man. I feel for you. Red Sources guys asks, what was our thoughts on Kendrick's quote unquote dying in Lost Galaxy? I was shocked. Me and my cousin witnessed that episode together.
So they actually had the cojones to kill somebody off?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because Kendrick's actress had been induced with leukemia, but luckily she's fine.
Oh yeah, and she's long since retired from acting, and she's become an interior designer for houses.
Mm-hmm.
She looks the type too. She looks the type. I'm glad that happened. You know, see, I did in the beginning say that Power Rangers is sometimes I said sometimes. Let me rephrase. Sometimes a cursed production, but it does do good things for people.
I agree.
Hell, I think Justin.
And that's all it is.
I think Justin is doing really good for himself too. I think he's supposed to be a producer somewhere. I know Aisha is. I know Aisha became a producer. Maya, I don't know what she does now, but I think they all later became producers. Hell, Jason was at MIT at one point.
Uh-huh.
And now I think now he's a director / producer. See, that man was a real hero.
Damn.
He a badass. Carter, I don't know what he's doing now. But I think a lot of the actors from every Power Ranger season went on to do, at least that's my hope, they went on to do great things, aside from a select few.
before he became known as Virgil. Virgil, like that's how that's how I was introduced to him before I even started with Devil May Cry. Like,
Yep.
wait
You're
a
talking about
minute.
Eric, the Quantum Ranger.
Yep.
Yeah, like
He was
wait a
played
minute.
by Daniel
Is that
Southworth.
Eric?
Yep. He was played by Daniel Southworth.
Yeah,
He
and
was
he's been
recently.
voiced.
Sorry,
He's doing well for himself too.
Mm-hmm.
I saw him recently in this one movie called Sword of the 47 Ronin on Netflix. God, he got old. They're pretty good though. He's still got the moves. He was also Kenshi in Mortal Kombat Legacy Season 2.
Yep.
Now
And
that is fascinating.
I'm still waiting for that third season because Legacy
You gonna
was
have to
not
wait
bad.
forever, dude. They
Yeah,
stopped
it's not
production
gonna come
years ago.
back.
It sucks. It sucks because Legacy was a faithful adaptation of the games, even if it was taking creative liberties with the characters.
Quite a shame.
And wait, actually, was it? Oh, never mind. I was gonna ask if it was done by Machinima, but I actually answered my own question.
Yep, it's Machinima Productions. Machinima has now been defunct at this point, so they had some hits and they had some misses. But yeah, that second season was not all that great. The only thing that salvaged that season was they made Liu Kang a villain. Don't know why, but that was an interesting
I
choice.
mean, I was the, I mean, when season two came out like, well, it gives the impression that he's seduced into darkness. However, if they continued on season three, it would actually have Kung Lao and the others to bring him back into the forces of light.
Yeah.
Of course. And it had Casper Van Dien as Johnny Cage.
You know, and I gotta say, that's actually, of all the choices they could have done, that's not the worst.
Also,
I don't know. I didn't feel him being too overly serious. I wasn't feeling that much. I mean, he could have played up the whole hotshot actor bit, but like he was far too damn serious. Like he was jokey here and there. Like you could tell that Casper Van Dien was playing himself.
Yeah, pretty much he was.
Yeah.
Good thing he
Yeah,
still
we
got
have.
a job. He was in Alita Battle Angel as a cameo,
I love
Uh-huh.
that cameo.
And
along with
also,
Jai Courtney.
yeah, there is that. Oh,
Which really sucks because I was kind of hoping we get a sequel to that soon because Jay Courtney would actually wanted to come back.
oh yeah. I mean, everybody's waiting for a sequel for Battle Angel Alita.
Could get more Michelle Rodriguez.
And Cameron after he's done with Avatar.
Oh god, can this motherfucker stop stroking his dick in front of blue people?
I have no interest in seeing that movie. I saw the
I
first one.
recently
I
saw
actually
the new trailer, and I still don't. It kind of feels like he's recycling the same plot as the first movie.
Well, say what you will. I mean, look, this is his first sequel since Terminator 2.
He promised a lot more sequels after that too, and look.
Although his first movie was a sequel, Piranha, but we don't really count that because he kind of left to go and do Terminator, but they kind of contractually they had to put his name on it.
Here's the thing,
Yeah.
though. Here's the thing. For all the bitching I've done and for all the fun poking I did with him in his Blue People story, I'm glad he's able to get to do this sequel.
Yeah.
Deep down, I am glad that he's able to it's a passion project for sure, and the first Avatar was a passion project of his as well. So I'm glad that he's doing a sequel to his passion project. On a whole, I hope he does. Truth be told, I hope he gets some success from that sequel.
Yeah.
I
Same
will
here.
laugh my ass off if the blue people beat out Wakanda forever.
Oh, I'll laugh my ass off too. I mean,
Me
and
too.
you know what? I think he'll be able to actually hit some story element beats that'll be enough to appease the crazy woke crowd, but then get the mainstream audience in there, and that would just show that he is a very talented director.
Dare I say it? Dare I say it? I bet you his movie's story is way better than Wakanda Forever's.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
Well,
Yeah, I'm
what we
sure.
can do is wait and see once Avatar 2 is officially out.
And it seems like Stephen Lang's character has now become an avatar.
Well, Stephen Lang did actually say in an interview, "What, you think he's actually dead? Ha! Nothing's over so long as that company has got his DNA."
Whoa, you talking about cloning? Oh shit.
That's what he said. He says, "What, you think it's over? Nothing's over so long as the RDA still has Quaritch's DNA." And you got to think now are they going to try to come back for Pandora, but now use avatars to do it?
Well, I seen some soldiers with some guns as avatars, so
So
I mean, I'm willing to
not
give it
far
a
off.
shot, but
Yeah.
I'm still a bit hesitant.
Well, that was the thing about Avatar, is that the only thing the first movie really had going for it, because the characters were so stereotypical archetypes, but given the movies that we are getting right now, I would have gone back to this. I find myself coming back to this because I miss traditional storytelling.
You're not the only one, dude.
And that may be a reason why it probably will do well. Now, my story is, first of all, here's the two reasons why it might do well, despite how I feel about it. The week it opens, it has no competition except Wakanda Forever and Black Adam, and they are losing steam at the box office. So it's nothing for it to compete with. Now, as for me, myself, I did see the first Avatar. I'm going to be very honest with you. I thought it was okay. I did not fall in love with it. Like you said, the characters were kind of one-dimensional. So I didn't fall in love with it the way everybody fell in love with it at the time it came
rewrite
out.
sits in my head rent free.
And to be honest with you, when they said sequel, I honestly did not care. And I'm going to be honest, I am not rushing out to see this movie when it opens. I have no interest in it. However, if any one of you on this panel, you talked about interest in it, does see it, you may please tell me about it, and spoilers as well, because I want to know if this is going to be worth my money. And last but not least, for the very reasons, Scooney, what you and Dom said is the very reason it might do well. It's people want traditional storytelling, and Wakanda Forever is such dog crap that I think that people will embrace this. And I think also that the underwater shots are probably better than what they did in Wakanda Forever, because now we find out that the writers don't really give a crap about fans or the material that they have. Plus, they killed off the big main attraction and the star of the film, which is T'Challa. So in place for characters nobody wants. So for the very reasons that you just said is a reason I think this film will do well. I don't think it will do well as the first one, because I don't think the interest is high, but I do think for those reasons you mentioned, it will do well because people craving traditional storytelling, and this movie
When
does
your
have
audience
it. So
asks you to give them cake, give them cake. Don't give them a box full of donuts.
Well, that's the thing too,
Exactly.
and that one of the things that really got me, at least you can say, all right, you've piqued my interest, was because of that first trailer, and it says, when Jake Sully says, "This family makes us strong." And so it's very clear that family is going to be playing a central theme of this story. Now, I don't know if Jake Sully and Neytiri are going to be the main characters of this movie, but they're going to be here. And if this is going to be a next generation thing with Jake Sully's and Neytiri's daughter, I'm like, okay, fine. So the reins are going to be passed to the daughter, but make her relatable. Make me like this character. I don't just say, oh, well, because she's a representation of minorities, you have to like her. Or, oh, she's a woman, you have to like her. No, give me a complex character here. And there's even, at one point in the movie, I've heard a rumor that apparently they have also a human child that they've adopted. I don't know. The details of this movie, that's another thing this movie has going for it. the details behind it are so under lock and key.
So they want to surprise the audience, so they don't.
They want to, so
and
again,
turn-
this is
turn,
another
they
thing it has.
They don't want to get too much
That's another,
away.
exactly. That's another thing this movie has going for it. There's a mystery here. It's not showing everything. So it's like, huh. So I wonder if I have to go to this movie and actually be shocked at what I'm going to see. How long has it been since we had a movie that gave us that? How long? I'm actually asking.
10 to 20 years.
Yeah.
20 years, 10 to 20 years. Yeah, 10 to 20
And
years.
movies that were able to do that to give us a last minute surprise. I mean, I haven't been that impressed since Top Gun Maverick. And the last minute surprise. I mean, you guys saw that movie. The last minute, the few surprises that came in there. I love the fact I saw Val the fact that Val Kilmer was in that movie. I loved it. That was a great surprise.
Yeah, a very
I'm
pleasant
gonna be
one.
honest, that well, I already knew that, Wolf. Yeah, I already knew that. Well, for me,
anybody who's not watching this.
But I will say to get back to Jason David Frank and Power Rangers. Well, first of all, with Jason David Frank, like one of the projects that he worked on in the past was actually a web series for Valiant Comics, and it involved Ninjak versus the inhabitants of the Valiant universe. And Jason David Frank, he was no, he wasn't playing Ninjak, but he was actually playing as not Bloodsport, Bloodshot of Valiant Comics, and Angelo Mortali.
Yeah.
Think of Bloodshot as the Valiant Universe's Wolverine.
Now that we're bringing it back, I'm gonna load up a tribute for Tommy. But keep talking, Dom.
All right, so
think of right now, but keep talking.
Think of Bloodshot as the Valiant Universe's answer to Wolverine, but it's similar but different, and take it up to 11. Because in the Valiant universe, you have Angelo Mortali, who was a hitman for the mob, and he was dating a girl from a rival family. The Don found out about it, had her killed. He framed Angelo for the crime, and he decided to turn himself into the FBI, so he can be a witness protection. However, two of the agents of the FBI betrayed him, gave him up to a government organization called Project Rising Spirit, fused him with nanobots, which turned him into a killing machine. However, after he was infused with nanobots, they erased his memories, but he was released. He was released from Rising Spirit by what is called the no, I should not forget. But the point is he escaped from Rising Spirit with the assistance of another hero from the Valiant universe, and he became a heroic mercenary while also trying to regain his memories.
Cool. Anything else?
Very true, Neostar.
I'm checking the. Oh God.
Well, what happened, Wolf?
Finish loading. You're taking your sweet time. It's going.
Well,
it's still going.
First. All right, before that plays, I will say from the clips I've seen of Ninjak versus the Valiant Universe, Jason David Frank, he did a solid job playing as Bloodshot.
Are you
right.
you're loading something? I'm not saying anything. Okay, I'm just gonna sit and watch.
Watching as the smoke slowly drifts by in the distance as this freaking thing starts to learn.
What outside of that, Tommy did make an appearance in another season of Power Rangers where it involved him and other past Rangers being kidnapped, and he was facing an evil doppelganger, and he used the Master Morpher, which allows him to transform into his It allows him to access his previous powers.
Yep. Power Rangers Ninja Steel.
Yep.
Mhm.
Which the
And
show was stupid just as the Sentai counterpart.
that's why I heard through the grapevine in regards to Ninja Steel.
Yeah.
Moment of silence for Tommy.
Ninja was awful because it was just fucking annoying. Ninja Steel was just awful because it just felt insulting.
Oof.
Moment of silence for Tommy, guys.
Go, Green Ranger, go! Go, Green Ranger, go! Golden's gonna get you tonight! Don't let evil Rita put a spell on your mind. Go, Green Ranger, go! Go, Green Ranger, go! Green Ranger, go!
That's also
Very
the reason
true.
why we love this motherfucker, because he has his own fucking theme song.
Yep.
That's the
And
second reason.
he
Wolf, that
also
was beautiful.
he also did his own stunts in the TV show.
Yep.
Yeah, that last. Yeah, if I had kept it going, I probably would have ran the risk of getting us cut off. It's a 2 minute. It's a 2 minute clip, but I wanted to end it. I wanted to end this off on a bang. So, guys, like, thank you for everybody for being here. Those 10 of you and those non-existent motherfuckers that kept popping in and out. I thank everybody for contributing to the comments. Thank you, Big Al, for showing up, giving us a little bit of trivia. Thank you for sharing our grief and our reminiscing and our chaos. And Leia, I hope this will get you interested in probably checking some of the episodes out of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Maybe check out a few other Power Ranger shows that slipped you by because you are not the target audience of this series.
You know, in the
I'll
future
check
we
it out. I'm
could
sure
do
my
a
nephew.
retro.
Go ahead.
You know, Wolf, in the future we can do a retrospective on the Power Rangers series.
That's coming. Don't worry.
All right. So you already thought about this.
I've been thinking about this for some time. Just I know I did my own little personal stream about Power Rangers from each season onward. But now that I got a crew, I think it's about time to start revisiting some old streams that I did specifically just by myself.
Well, if we're gonna do a retrospective series on on Power Rangers, it makes sense to start with the Zordon era, where it all began.
No shit. Of course, we're gonna start with the Zordon era, but we're gonna have to do it just like we did the Beast Wars streams. We gotta do it at least for Mighty Morphin. We'll have to do the whole series as a whole on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, because that is too many fucking seasons to go through and too many episodes to reminisce on. Like I said, the way how things have been with the new format and clashing with the new job, I have to do it this way, guys. I can't really do it like the good old days.
I understand. We understand. You got
I
life,
never
so
Perfectly fine.
I never
yeah.
thought in my life that I would be missing a fucking disaster right about now. Things were so much simpler. But yeah, here we are at almost at the tail end of the freaking 2022, and suddenly I'm saying this to myself. Never thought I missed the pandemic.
Well, because think about it, that was when, it was the perfect opportunity. You had people indoors and you could just, I get it. I get it.
Yeah, me
But
too.
you know what? Fuck that pandemic. I came back stronger anyways. Here we are, a lot stronger. Here we are reminiscing about stronger foes and powerful heroes. So I'd like to thank Dominic Powell, the Hound of the South.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us in tonight's live stream as we mourn the loss of Jason David Frank, Tommy Oliver. But at the same time, we cherish like the memories that we have with him and talk about like how he meant to each of us as we grew up. Whether we stayed with Power Rangers after the originals left, or you dropped off after all of them left, starting with Turbo. At the end, at the end of the day, he is a childhood icon, role model, and hero that we should all strive to be, much like Superman and others before him and after. So, if you have any other topics then in our group that you want us to discuss in the future, put it down in the comment section down below. This is the Hound of the South, Dominic Powell signing off. And remember, even though things get dark, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and it must be kept alive and shining.
Our pioneer for our usual geeky content, the lovely Lady of Valor, Leia Plus Size.
Hey everyone, this is Leia Plus Size, your lovely Lady of Valor. Thank you so much for joining us for this stream to remember the actor who played this very popular character that you all love. I know it can be heartbreaking to lose someone who's a hero to you, but just remember what made him a hero in the first place and why you liked him in the first place, and that will keep his memory alive. And also, I just want to say, if you ever feel that you need to talk to someone about any situation in your life that could be bringing you down or hampering you or causing you depression, please seek out help and do so. It's not a weakness to want help or to speak to someone. Whatever is bringing you down, you can get through this. As always said, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And last but not least, I hope you all enjoy your holiday. Stay safe, and we will see you back next week.
And it's also worth like pointing out there is the suicide hotline. So if you are going through anything, don't hesitate to call them. And like Leia said, it's not a weakness to call out for help.
And don't be like Canada, because the more I hear shit about Canada, fuck them motherfuckers. You know what? We need to escape from LA, they asses. At this point, I'm fucking man. The shit that they're doing right now, I'm getting so fucking sick and tired of their asses. No diss on the people, the normal people in Canada, the very ones that don't conform to their government's ideal of what they want to do with their humans. They're humans. Fuck them. Fuck your government. You guys are okay. You guys have been good. But fuck your government. And those who don't want to be stuck on there in the middle of the fucking ocean, y'all come your asses over here and be civilized. Well, come to most of us here. Most of us. But yeah, like, fuck them. Except for the good people that are still there, like Tweldy.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, he came from somewhere else, but he's a Canadian citizen now, so he's technically Canadian.
And we also still have good people in California, in as well as in Oregon. So not everyone has drunk in the Kool-Aid.
Exactly. The Schooner Tuna.
Coming at you live from a secret government facility buried deep underground but has excellent Wi-Fi. This is Schooner Tuna. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any suggestions, let us know in the comments. And if you want to share your personal story about Jason David Franks, let us know in the comment section. I'd love to hear what he did for you. And until then, may you all have a very safe and happy Thanksgiving. And may the power of the source protect you, my friends. So until then, this is Schooner Tuna signing off. Bloop, 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 bloop.
My often frustrated with me comrade of brightness, the Warrior of Light, Final Fantasy Fan 12.
Well, that about does it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you saw, click like and subscribe and share with your family and friends. And make sure you ring that notification bell, that way you get notified of our latest videos. Go subscribe to Wolf 10 Media if you haven't already. Go subscribe to me if you haven't already. Have a happy Thanksgiving, all of you. And may Jason David Frank rest in peace.
Excuse me, guys. I'm just still kind of recovering from this loss, like we all are. You know, this is one little thing I always thought about, especially when people keep telling me that Power Rangers, or telling any of us that Power Rangers is nothing but a kid show, right?
Yeah, I hear that all the
So
time.
Well,
let me get this straight. If it's such a kid show, then this little werewolf learned a lot of things from just that first season, that first series alone. You know, Jason taught me how to be a leader, or rather, he showed me how to be a leader. I may not be the best leader, but at least I learned from the best. Trini taught me how to love the earth that I lived on. Zach taught me how to have fun. Kimberly showed me respect for other people and the friends around me. Billy told me to never be afraid of my intelligence and shyness, but to always break out when you need to. And you know what Tommy taught me?
What's that, Wolf?
Stand up for yourself.
Oh, hell yeah.
Well
Then,
said.
then again,
And
they
for
all
me.
did, but he was the one. They all did, but he was the one that taught me and many others to stand up for themselves. You know how I learned
What they
that?
say.
You know how I learned that? Sorry, Schooner.
No, it's all right.
The very episode when he first introduced and he stuck up for Kimberly in front of Bulk and Skull.
Yep.
And thus a romance blossomed. And then it deflowered.
Well, because that was the problem. It's because the writers they botched it. You're right about that one.
Oh yeah.
But say
Less
what you
said
will
about that, the better.
say what you will about it being a kid show, but this quote unquote kid show showed me what it meant to be a hero.
Tune in next time. Maybe tomorrow we'll finally tackle. No, I want you on here, Schooner. Sometime next month, before I go on vacation, we'll be tackling the Nolan trilogy, Batman's.
Ooh, this is gonna be good.
Yes.
Oh
Okay.
boy.
You're welcome, Leia.
Oh.
Whoa, that's going to be interesting.
It was just a suggestion.
Well, and now we're going to tackle what they did right, what they did wrong, what the heck was The Dark Knight Rises, and
Not to mention how it unintentionally developed the Watchmen effect.
And suddenly started this whole domino effect of every movie had to have the Christopher Nolan. Every comic book movie needed to have that Nolan-esque perk.
Well, not just comic book movies, but TV shows as well as comic books.
Yep.
So it should be.
And gaming.
Hit that notification on our upcoming anime spotlight of Tokyo Godfathers next month around December 6th. And if you guys want to watch a possibly good Christmas movie, check out that badass Santa movie that's coming out on the 2nd.
Ooh, yes, I am looking forward to that one.
Oh yeah, I mean, right when I saw the trailer for that, I was like, "Yeah, I gotta see this."
You know what, David Harbour? You talk a lot of shit, but you just might redeem yourself with this.
Oh yeah.
I forgot about this movie. It'd be something if it dethrones Wakanda forever.
So long as he keeps that energy and shut his fucking mouth,
Well, exactly.
David Harbour.
Exactly. Shut up. You're an actor.
And you know what? If he makes a lot more good movies with him in it, that whole incident on that damn stage, I'm gonna say that he probably, you know what? I'm gonna just say he was cue carding.
Can I just say
He
this
had to be
right now?
cue carding.
Yes, if you listen to the audio of what he's saying, yes, fine. It's a political statement, but if you watch that video, it's Winona Ryder who's the star. Because what the heck is she looking at? What is going on with Winona?
Oh my goodness! They
Here's
said
the
she
thing.
was in a lot of pain.
Here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing.
was on pain meds.
Here's the thing. I was showing this video to my friends, and we're watching it. But one of my friends has his back turned. I think he was in the kitchen somewhere, and he's listening to us watching this with David Harbour, and he's like, "Why the hell are you guys listening to this crap?" And I'm like, "Dude, watch Winona Ryder." And he stopped listening to David Harbour, and he's just looking at Winona Ryder. It's like, what is going on with Winona?
Oh God, poor Winona.
That's the thing. It's the ultimate mystery.
She got that. I got.
So yeah,
big
he's
look
kind
on
of.
her face.
So yeah, he's kind of remembered for that speech, but I'm telling you, the real star of that is Winona Ryder.
Well, you just got some actresses that when they reach a certain age, they don't take well to it.
No. Still looks great though.
Yeah, but she needs to see that.
So the future plans for next year's Wolf Commander Rambles, we'll call it season 4 because this is season 3. We're on season 3 now.
Okay, season 4.
Next we made it this far, guys. You guys stuck around for me for this long, guys. I'm surprised.
Of course, that's loyalty.
Loyalty, yes, but I don't expect you guys to always stay with me forever.
Well, exactly.
Not saying I'm trying to get rid of you guys.
I know what you're trying to say. I mean, we don't really know. I mean, right now my schedule is already going crazy as it is, and now we got this new year coming, and I'm thinking, oh, geez, what's going to happen now?
Yeah, with so much mortality rates and shit, just.
I don't even want to face 2020. I don't even want to face 2023 because it's like I don't want to lose anybody else. I don't want to lose anybody else. We've
Even if
lost.
it shakes me to my core, I want to face 2023.
Well, you're better than me because I don't see anything good out of 2023, but we'll see.
Good.
I don't see anything good.
I'm the motherfucking werewolf that's gonna take it head on.
Well, and this is why he's leading. You know what, Wolf? You know what, Wolf? Hot dog, you're an inspiration. If you're gonna face it head on, and I'm just gonna be the one saying, ah, shit, here we go.
Hey, I'm gonna face it head on as well. Well, because like no matter what, I'm not gonna lose hope. Hope that things will get better.
Yes, hope keeps me hanging in there. You're right, Dominic.
For me, I'm pretty much looking forward to it because of what's coming out next year, at least for games. But
that Callisto Protocol is looking really good right now.
Oh yeah,
and it's coming out next month too on the same day as that Christmas movie. I want to go shopping, man, and to the movies. But I gotta work that day. Fuck.
But even though I know there will be a lot of people who lost, but yet maybe unexpected, but death would be pretty much inevitable. Or it is inevitable, actually.
Yeah.
The previous unexpected death was Bob Saget. Dan Tanner, of all people.
Yes, yeah, that was very unexpected. Yes.
Here's how I see it. For any of those who are fretting over a loss, and those who are still grieving over a recent death or any death beforehand or recent, keep this in mind. If this is helpful advice to you guys, if you guys have made it this far into the stream to hear my words, put you like this, guys. What would you rather your loved ones who have passed want you to be doing? Do you want them to be always seeing you sulking Or do you want them seeing you holding your head up high, remembering them as they lived, not how they died? Because I know
Bingo.
one thing. I've lost a lot of people in my life. I lost a lot of friends, family, even co-workers who have passed. I'd rather they watch me with my head held up high, remember them as they lived, not as they died.
Mm-hmm.
So with that
Hell
being
yeah.
said, it's been your Wolf Commander Wolf 10 reminding you guys once again, you are the UN Spacey. Welcome to the Wolf Fleet.
Have them. Let's do it, guys. Right. It's morphin' time. Right there, Tom. Tyrannosaurus.